Man, this is where it all started. Had an idea, wanted a man cave, not sure what I wanted to do with it. And then one day, 2017, I think of a YouTube channel, but didn't know what I wanted it to be. And, shout out to Angie, because not only has she helped me record this video, but she, kind of gave me some inspiration on what to do with this room, and she's the reason why the walls were always orange on Finally TV. And, it's an inspirational color. It makes your mind go in a different way when you're in this space. And it was very, very cool to start something in a little room just like this, that I feel got pretty big in the 845, right? I mean, there wasn't too many artists that didn't come through these doors over here and sit at the table that was here. A lot of you, I owe, a tremendous amount of respect, because some of you really, really championed what Finally TV is and what it stood for from then to now. People like Big Veg, people like Dom Gotti, the inaugural Voice of the Valley guy. Shout out to Dom Gotti. Voice of the Valley happened right here. This is where it went down. 100+ episodes of Voice of the Valley, and the vast majority of them went down right here in this room. And it's a little bit of a sad day today, because it's not gonna be in this room no more, No more What We Talking About. Shout out to Blackout, There's nothing gonna happen in this room ever again. This is it. This is my c'est la vie to the Finally TV home studio. But I had to pay homage to it, because it meant so much to us and to you guys out there. And I just want to say thank you to the 845 for supporting and sharing and watching and critiquing and all that. I needed all that, so I appreciate that. We're going to start a new chapter with Finally TV, but I definitely wanted to sit down and just kind of pay a little homage to the space that it was, and I want to just say thank you to everybody, and that includes the behind the scenes people like Angie, to the people out in the forefront and just doing what they do and needed something, a platform rather, to get to say what they want to say. So from Gabriel, from Hazel, from Louie, from Angie, all of us here at Finally TV, it's a big, we love y'all. Thank you for everything. I hope you guys will support the new chapter, the new chapter of Finally TV. I'm really looking forward to seeing some familiar faces when we get that going. So from us to y'all, peace out. Finally TV 845 chapter is done. Peace out, y'all.
Finally TV, here we are, party people, back again with another edition of Voice of the Valley. And remember, don't just dream, inspire. Don't just imagine, create, and just don't believe, achieve. That's how it goes down here every single time on Voice of the Valley. Super excited today. I got some friends around, and those friends be sending their friends around, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes those friends are doing things that are pretty cool, got some music out there, books, otherwise. Well, today, none other than my boy Drawzilla. He done did it again, and he's connected the dots. So shout out to him and Drumline Studios. If you ain't with it, now you are. Make sure you get you a spot if you want to be hot. You heard me. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let him introduce himself. But sir, tell him who you are.
Yo, peace, y'all. It's the Wolf, Nickelplated L, from Newburgh, New York. The sixth borough, the hardest out. You know how we do it. Showing mad love to everybody. Big shout out to Drawzilla, man, and thank you as well too.
Of course,
I appreciate you showing me love and allowing me to stop in and do this interview, man. Like it's the love is real, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. My pleasure. It's always my pleasure. It's how we do here on Voice of the Valley. You know what I'm saying? We like to put a little spotlight on the people that are doing things, and you got the shirt on. You know what I'm saying? He gonna send me the music, so I got it. So you probably heard it on the intro a little bit. We gonna tease it right there, but y'all gonna go ahead and listen to this music. The link's gonna be below, so don't hesitate to go ahead and do that. Man, with Voice of the Valley, we gonna let them know who you are, where you're going, where you've been, and where we're gonna go from there. Sound good to you?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Fire.
Sound good,
So listen, man. First things first, man. How did you end up in the Hudson Valley? Born here, came here, what happened?
Newburgh, born and raised.
Yeah. Shout out to King Blackout. He dubbed Newburgh, New Biddy the city. You know, New Biddy the city. Shout out to him. But yeah, so Newburgh, man. Okay, I love that. I love that. Born and raised. And then with this whole music thing, man. You know, we all come from different walks of life, and things happen at different times and such. Generally speaking, have you always been into music, or what's that been like for you?
I've always been into music. I used to spin on my head when I was young,
right?
And stuff like that. You know, I'm 84, so
okay.
That's like the golden era. You know, to where it's like it was a lot of original hip hop coming out at that time that kind of like shook the sound wave. So
right.
I've always been a fan of it. You know, and I just watch it like graduate to where it's at today. You know, so it's a dope experience. You know,
absolutely.
Just watching how it evolved and everything. You know, so
Gotcha.
I've always been a big fan of it.
Copy. And then as far as like the stage name, Nickelplated L, where did that come from, man?
Oh man, that's a question in itself. So, believe it or not, I was running around while I was young in a different type of lifestyle. And,
okay.
And what I was doing was I went to sleep, and people was calling me L Burner at the time.
Okay.
You know, I used to go and, you know, from city to city, corner to corner, just battling and things like that, you know. So my rap name at the time was L Burner.
Gotcha.
But at this time, I went to sleep, and while I'm sleeping, I had this crazy dream, and it was like in back of me, it was just like green and black, you know. But I seen like Nickelplated L and like shiny letters, you know. And it was like it was like a big show, you know, big sold out event, you know, like it was like summer jam packed, you know. And it was the whole crowd was yelling out Nickelplated L, and I woke up out my sleep and I wrote it into my iPad, you know, like Nickelplated L, and I'm like, yeah, I'm keeping that. And the funny thing is that I didn't realize, you know, it didn't hit me until we created the record that it was green and black, and I was like, oh,
I was gonna say,
yeah. So I've just been sticking with that, like, okay,
yeah. No, that's dope, man. So the name kind of came to you in a dream. Yeah. I mean, not kinda. It came to you in a dream. Yeah, man. Legit. So L Burner, you know, to a head like myself, 76, L Burner means you smoking all day.
Yeah.
Right? So like, you know what I'm saying? So you was smoking on these MCs. What you trying to tell me? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like it, man. You know, ciphering back in the day was probably one of my most favorite things to do. Anybody who knows me and was with me back then, you know, that was probably one of my favorite things to do was ciphering. You know what I mean? Yep. And inevitably, because of the way I rap, those ciphers inevitably turned into battles because like somebody would get offended and be like, yo, why you keep saying you like you talking to me? I'm like, I'm talking to whoever the fuck's standing in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't write this for you, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So like that was fun for me. So you know, a lot of people end up trying to dip their feet into like, you know, the smack world, the URL world, KOTD world. Did you ever have any desires to do that?
Well, I was doing it at one point with Lance. They call him L Stills.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so he got some footage of that from back in the day.
Dope.
And stuff like that. He was actually the videographer, recorded me and stuff, doing the battles and stuff like that.
Got you. That's fun though, right?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I never got to sit into a formatted situation. It was always just corners and ciphers and you know, school hallways and you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. And you know, being the way I am and that's the way I look, right? So here I am, I'm being dragged down to the Bronx to go visit family, and then they're like, yo, he raps, and they're like, you don't rap. You know? So that always got my blood boiling, like, boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you about to feel this, you know what I'm saying? Like, he judging this book, you know what I'm saying? Nah, that's dope though, man. So so born and raised in Newburgh, and rapping early on. What were the inspirations there, man? Why music? Why'd you turn to music?
It was just like
Or rapping in general, just
yeah. It was a way of like NWA, express yourself. You know, like it was like an expression, you know. So at first I kind of seen dancing was like, you know, break dancing and stuff that, you know, coming up, it was like, all right, that was a form of art and expression, and like it was like true hip hop.
Right.
So it was like I always gravitated towards that, but then once I like heard LL Cool J, it was just like, oh, yeah. I want to be on that wave, you know. Like,
copy.
Definitely, like, and he was just killing it, you know. So it was just like, y'all could do that, you know. So I started just like rapping out for my brother. He'll cut my hair, and I'll just be like busting freestyles and stuff, and he'll get all his friends, yo, listen to my little brother, you know, like that.
Like you was good at it. You was getting good at it. Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Right.
That's such an organic story, man. I love that for you. You know, and I wonder, you're 84, you know, I'm 76. The cloth is kind of the same, right? Like probably 76 to like maybe even 86, 87 people are from our cloth. You know what I mean? What's the issue nowadays, man? Why when these newer, younger artists get in a room, they really not trying to cipher and they don't have things on deck to just. Why is that, you think? Is it the cookie cutter? Is that?
I think it's more just they just lack really the art. You know, they really lack the foundation of where hip hop came from. They don't understand, like, you know, you have to be ready for this event.
Right.
You know, you got to know that it's go time, because it was a time back in the day where you can get ran down on from an AR, and it's just like, yo, you got something? Are you running to an AR? Yo, you got something for me?
Right.
It's like you can't be stumbling and fumbling. You got to be ready, like right now.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a big reliance on the social media facade too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because that's always presented like perfectly.
Right.
But then when you catch them outside of that, it's like deer in headlights type of deal.
Something else,
you know what I'm saying? It's interesting. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to paint the picture that every young artist is like this and they don't know nothing. Because there's some that do. You know, you can't speak in a general, but just the majority that I've come across, they're not cut from your cloth, man. You know what I mean? They're not saying things to me like, oh, I was on corner ciphering and battling and trying to get into battle league. They're not saying that to me. You know what I mean?
They don't want to. It's more the I want to say the drill. The drill is taking over. So now it's it kind of do a lot of damage to. It does do a lot of damage to hip hop. You know what it do, because we can't elevate as artists, because it's just like, you know, a lot of people's they're not willing to pull up with shows with straps and all of that stuff because we drill battling. Like that's crazy. You know, like that's like. We gotta throw a flag on the play with that one.
Absolutely. You know, thinking of battle rappers and hearing you talk, man. There's a dude named Hussein. You know who Hussein is out in Poughkeepsie? Battle rapper, artist type of dude? No. I'm gonna hook you and Hussein up, man. I think there's some fire right here about to happen. If I was still rapping, we'd be doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? But like, Hussein gonna hold me down. But Hussein's a dope person, cut from the same cloth. He totally gets it. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's some energy here that I'm feeling when I'm around Hussein with you. You know what I'm saying? So like, I kind of feel like I need to connect the dots there. 'Cause that's what Finally TV does, yo.
Word. That's what's up. That's
you know what I'm saying? So we fast forward a little bit. You're inspired NWA. You see LL Cool J. You're starting to think like, this is pretty dope. Who are the ones after that time that really like you started gravitating to? Who were some of your favorite artists during that early time period of like really getting this together for you?
Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie Smalls, Big L, Big Pun.
Yep. Saying all the right ones.
Yeah, definitely. Jada, you know, the Locks period. You know, it was a lot, like Fabulous. I used to listen to Fabulous on Hot 9. I used to listen to all of them on Hot 97. But
those
you know,
were the
back
days.
then we had the tapes, you know, so I would record
We didn't
them.
get it up here, y'all. Didn't come in clear. The super duper radio to get it, you know what I'm saying, back then. Nowadays it's a little bit better, but you know what I'm saying, back then it was like you had to have the right equipment to getting hot.
stuff.
97 up
Right,
here, you know.
yup,
And
yup.
Kiss, don't forget, Kiss FM was a big one back then.
That was a
too.
real big one, yeah.
You know, back then.
Yeah.
No, that's dope, man. I love talking to people like you, and the fact that so now you've mentioned all the right people. As far as I'm concerned, there's times where I can make a top 5 with just people named Big. You know, Big L, Big Pun, Big Daddy Kane,
Yup.
Biggie. You know, I could keep going with the
Yup.
bigs that I think are
Yup.
them. You know what I mean?
Yup.
So there are days where it'll be 4 bigs and a Pharaoh Monch. That's what be my.
Yeah.
You know, on any given day, I could give you
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? I might give you Jay and Royce though on another day because
Right.
you know Jay, I think is a special MC. I think that people think. I think because of his commercial success and the fact that he's with one of the biggest conglomerates in the whole world,
Right.
I think people feel like, oh, you know, he's kind of watered down and it's maybe not as cool to champion Jay-Z because they feel like it's like a cliche type of thing.
Yeah.
But the truth is, if you came from us,
Right.
you know
Right.
that
You got to see
Jay's
his come
one of
up,
those
you
guys.
know?
Yeah, you know what I'm
you know?
saying? Like, it's the same thing kind of like with Eminem. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you wasn't around early for the Eminem stuff, you might just think he's just a
He
commercial
just-
thing. Nah, like he
Yeah.
come from that. Like,
Yup,
you know, be
yup.
careful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
he's dope. Yo, he was a big influence as well too. Just listening to his E album.
Yeah.
You know, I remember being in high school. My homeboy like, yo, listen to this, and
Right.
I'm just like,
yeah,
what's this? And I'm
right.
like,
Who is this kid?
oh, snap.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was going in.
He's going in.
And he taught me like lyricism. You know, that's what I learned from Eminem, like lyricism, how to break down syllables.
And it
stuff.
didn't have to sound a certain way. I feel like the way he sounds,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't the traditional, like, you know, gritty voice or
Right.
like, you know, fly ass voice. Like, he's doing it with a regular ass voice, you know what I'm saying?
Word,
But
yeah.
he's flipping this flow, though.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of gave you the battery in the pack to go, yo,
Yeah.
I got this. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly,
he's super
exactly.
inspirational for a lot of people. And I think people play the race card and they don't want to admit it sometimes.
Right, right.
Oh, you know, we black and brown, so how could we get you know, inspired by that? What do you
Right.
mean?
Right,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Like, what
The
do you
struggle
mean?
is real when you come from it and you understand. You know it's just there. It's not a race issue.
No.
You know, and that's not really what hip hop is about. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? It's
right.
not, and yeah, it's from us, but it's not a race issue.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It's not a race
because
issue.
everybody was around.
Right.
When it was coming up anyway.
Right.
Everybody was around. You had the Spanish, the white people, you had your Polish people, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? You
exactly,
know, black,
exactly,
Jamaican.
yeah.
You know, some of the sounds in hip hop are heavily influenced from Jamaican sounds. You know what I'm saying? But damn if you can't play some Spanish records and go, yo, that melody. you know
right,
what I
right,
mean?
yeah.
Like, so don't play with me, man. You know, Lord Jamar, that's for you, baby. I'm tapped in, and I know who Lord Jamar is being a dick out there. You know what I'm saying? He should have just kept it funky, just being brand new, being a shut up. You know what I'm saying? He talked too much.
Yeah.
But no, back to you though, man. So you're coming up. You got your influences. When do you start taking this serious and like, you know, now you're starting to like go to studios and put together songs and things like that? And when did that happen for you?
Probably like 2020.
Okay,
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, COVID. You know, I made a record called Your Body, and I just was like, yo, you know what? This is kind of dope, and it had like meaning to it. You know, like kind of like you can do what you want with your body because it's your body. You
Right,
know, it's like
right.
for females that felt like, yo, I'm fat, or you know, I'm obese, whatever.
I don't
It's just
look the
like,
part.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to wear a 2-piece. It's just like, go ahead and wear it because somebody gonna want you like that. You know what I'm saying? I want you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta show love to everybody.
Sure.
You know, it's a soul thing. You look into the soul. It's not beauty is inside. It's
Got
not
you.
really on the outside. So I look at females. You know, not all the same because obviously they're not. But like, you know, like. You can tell they special talking to them, you know what I'm saying, and really like understanding them, you know. That's my opinion, you know.
Oh, that's super dope, man. Okay, so it's very insightful to see and hear that the first thing you're recording and going to studio for is a song of that nature with that type of content. You know,
Right,
it wasn't a
yeah.
bang 'em up.
Right.
It wasn't a battle track.
Yeah.
It was that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you view music that way, like this is a way to express all the thoughts, not just what y'all might want to hear.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 That's once I started recording, it was just like more of like a purpose because it was like I did the battle thing already, you know. So it's just like, well, I don't want to be a battle rapper, you know. And it's just like well, I know how to make like, you know, street music, you know, like I've done that too, and it's just like, but it's still not getting me like where I want to be, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, you know. So it's just like, how can I change it up? Like, what can I do different? So I just kept recording and just, you know, kept working, you know, constantly staying in the studio. You know, Zilla hit me up or I hit him up, you know, and we just stayed on the mission.
Have you been with Drumline Studio since inception, since you started the whole thing?
Yeah.
Dope.
Right.
Dope.
Ravi introduced me to
Ravi, okay.
Yeah, so he actually, I ran into him at work, and he stopped. He said to me, no, I said to him, I said, yo, I'm looking to record, I'm ready, you know, and he's just like, well, I don't really do that, but my man Drawzilla, you know, this is Instagram, and he hooked me up with him. You know? So it's like, once I did that, and that's a funny story too, because it was just like, I text him, and I'm just like, yo, it's Nickelplated L, you know, and he just like, who? Right, right. It's the Wolf Nickelplated L.
Right.
It's like, who are you, bro?
Right.
Like, Ravi sent me. My name is Lamont.
Right.
You know, I was like, got humbled, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's all right, though. Zilla.
Yeah, that's my dude. That's my guy.
Yeah, we messed with him at Finally TV, man. He's dope. His interview has been chopped up and screwed so many times, man, because, you know, we were just he was dropping a lot of gems, but in the conversation it was back and forth, and so he actually chops up our interview. Like every so often you'll see a drop of our interview that we did. We did it right here in this room.
Nice,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe the setup was a little different. I might have had a black curtain up behind us, but you know, okay, so dope. So now you're hooking up with the right guy. That's a thing of circumstance that just kind of happened for you, and I think it's a great, you landed on like the best spot you could land on, in my opinion.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like you hooked up with the right dude. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because I feel like he's heard success before. He knows what it sounds like. Yeah. And it's important, if you're gonna put your trust into somebody recording and producing for you, you know what I'm saying, that they have some insight when it comes to that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So those things that Drawzilla possesses, as far as the experience and the know-how and just the overall ear for music, I feel is what sets him apart from all the other studios.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And the fact that he's just genuinely like a good dude, it just makes it better. You know what I'm saying? Because truth be told, if he did everything the same but he was just an asshole, I probably would still be championing him, because everything else would be cool. It's the same.
Right,
you know, it's still true. But the fact that he's cool about it too,
absolutely, then
I'm always rocking with him. You know what I'm saying? It's a no-brainer for me. You know what I'm saying? So now, good for you, man. All right, so you hook up with Zilla 2020, you're recording. Have you created any projects since then? Can the people go check for one right now?
Absolutely. I got Nickelplated Everything, that's out on all streaming platforms. And I have the Wolf EP, both produced by Drawzilla, out on all streaming platforms. Fire EPs, you know, and we working on a new EP now, which is called Party Mania.
Got you.
Yeah, Party Time, one of the two. We haven't really came up with the concept of it, but you know, we're planning on just shaking things up a bit, you know, in the hip hop world.
Well, you definitely be able to get a drop from me during one of my many podcasts that we do on Tuesday, because I always say, yo, what up, party people?
Yeah.
We in the building right now.
That's a dope
drop right there. You know what I'm saying?
Fire. Yeah, that's fire, bro.
I'm telling you on camera, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got permission. Go ahead. I don't need no points. I just want to hear my voice on your album. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Facts.
So, okay, dope, man. Now, what brings us together today is that with impeccable timing, and you're going to talk about this because I need to know if it was on purpose or not, but you come out with this, got to tell them no. And it's basically samples and the overall gist of this whole Diddy situation. You worked it into it, right? So tell me, like, what came first? What did you see? Was it an idea? Did you have it in the tuck? You were like, yo, now, hit the button now. What happened?
So what
gotta tell him no.
Gotta tell him no. So what happened was, I have a producer. They're called the Beat Department.
Okay.
Sean Strongs and Derek Bedford Debo. Yeah,
okay.
so they created a beat for me, and I was doing a song called Cat Williams.
Okay.
You know, so just recording the song, and throughout I pretty much took what was said at Club Shay Shay and I implicated it into lyrics.
Right,
you know,
right,
so throughout the song I would say, you know how it go? Did he like the party? Gotta tell him no. So, you know, Drawzilla heard it. So once we was done recording, he was just kind of like, yo, I got an idea. You mind if we like remix that? And I'm like, nah, I guess let's see what's up. He was like, all right, I just want to use this sound right here.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, you know, okay, you know, and all of a sudden he just started going in with the beat. You know, like I heard the sample and he had the beat like in his head. So when he found the sound, it started off. The only thing we had was that that like that. It was just that, and it was like, huh? You know how it go? And I'm like, it do sound kind of like Diddy-ish, you know. So I'm laughing like, yo, Zilla, that's fire. You know what I'm saying? And then he was just like, nah, we need more. He was like, just wait till I'm finished. Then he went and he took a little bit from Busta. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to party with me, you know, he took it and he just started going in on the drums, man.
Yeah.
And then he threw the 808 in there. It was over, and I was just like, it was almost like making the movie. It was almost like the movie Sinners when he was singing and he attracted. It showed all the different stages, like, you know, how his song can be implicated throughout life. Like that was the experience making that. Me and him both was in the studio like, yo, what the fuck did we do?
Right.
You know, like what did we do? So it was really organic, like what happened. Like once he made the beat and we heard the hook. And he kind of was just like, yo, you got to write this right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? It was fun. You know, it was like, now first come that cash. I'm like, how that sound, bro? It's like, wait, I don't want to get sued for that. He's like, nah, you good. Just keep going. I'm like, all right, bet, you know. And I just started like going with it, you know, and just, it's like, how can I make this fun but not about Diddy, but just raising awareness to the situation, you know, and it just came, the lyrics just came. It was like I was just in the zone, and honestly it was like like hearing Biggie, bro. Just like, yo, this is my side of the story. Like just you know, first come that cash, then come that ass. You know, like this is what he's trying to do to artists. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. You know, so Zilla just looked at me like once it was done, he was like, yo, these lyrics is bananas. And I'm just like, oh man, what we do, bro? What we just do.
You know what I was waiting for during that song? At some point, I thought I was gonna hear like scratched in or something. Sexing me while your man masturbates. I thought I was gonna hear that, but I didn't. But maybe that's the remix. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was gonna ask you. So from the original, you ended up penning new lyrics right there and then recording that.
Right.
Copy. Okay. Dope.
So that was just. It was Cat Williams, and then once we heard that, then we just recorded that, and that was just like right then and there on the spot.
Got you.
Just a whole lot of fun.
No, I love the the BTS on on the song, man. Now that's dope. So my assumption is this song ends up on the new project.
Gotta tell them no. Yes, Party Mania. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dope.
Absolutely.
I love
that
because
it's all party based. You know, so it's just like we just want people. We trying to bring the originality back to hip hop to where it's about actually going out and dancing and stuff like that. You know, like Beat Street. You know, a lot of these young artists and older artists that's jumping into the drill and everything too. It's like we need the education to like go to Beat Street. You know what I'm saying? Like they was dancing when they had battles. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm not a man about my business or nothing like that. It's just,
not about
you know,
that.
I'm a family man. You know what I'm saying? So, and I love kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I see our community affected by something like drill rap or, you know, just too much violence, it's like, yo, come on, we gotta do something better. You know what I'm saying? Like let's challenge ourselves as black role models, you know, to do better. Let's rap about something different. Let's rap about what people not talking about, you know?
Put it there.
That's it,
Be
brother.
more like you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's not cliche. It's not corny to say. I truly, wholeheartedly believe that we need more people like you.
Thank you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the perspective that needs to be brought out. You know what I'm saying? It's that part. It's like, how do we, you know, each one teach one?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, how can I, you know, be successful and still help you be successful? Because we can both be successful.
Right.
that mentality,
Right.
you know, the mentality of I'm trying to be successful, so I can't help you right now, or I need to hate on this because I'm trying to be successful. That's the wrong way.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's
Yep.
the wrong way.
Yep.
And like until we all realize this, you know, we're gonna need people like you coming out and putting out music with good content, with not always bang them up, shoot them up, fuck
Right.
them and leave them type. You know, it's
Right.
not all of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I really do appreciate the words you just spoke, bro.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank
so
you.
Nickelplated L in the building.
That's all facts. Whole facts.
Before we get out of here, have you been able to, you know, do some performances in your time? Like I know you was battling, and those are performances all in themselves. But has there been, outside of like doing shows and stuff, how you got your feet wet with all that?
Nah, I mean, like here and there, a few. So yeah, I have done a few.
Yeah.
You know, but not really with this record too much.
Gotcha.
You know? Yeah.
Gotcha. What's your take on the live performances and things of that nature when it comes to your music and promoting and marketing and all that? Do you feel like it's an integral part? Do you feel it's not important? What's your take on it?
Oh yeah, it's very important. You know, it's the most important.
Okay.
Definitely the shows, and just being available. You know, like it's not all about the money. Like I need money to do a show or something like that. It's just reaching out and, you know, gaining more followers to support the cause. You know what I'm saying? Like my cause is simple. It's just we not tolerating giving up our manhood or, you know, no kind of funny shit. They make it into the game. You know,
Right.
we talented enough to do that without going through that stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you
Gotta tell them no. Gotta tell them no.
Gotta tell them no. You know, you want something to drink? No. You know what I'm saying?
I got this Pepsi right here that's
That's it.
unopened.
That's it. Word. I got my own water bottle. Like, just bring the contract. Let me read over that. I go, you know, and other than that, I don't need nothing else. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like,
Facts.
no.
That's dope though, man. I can appreciate you and your stance on everything. So this next question for you is one that I'm super interested in the answer. So that is there like a line of advice or like a mantra that you live by?
Yeah, it is, man. Just grind. Like every day, you know, grind. Like don't stop and don't give up on your dreams, you know. Just stay focused. Everything is going to come to you, you know. So my biggest thing, and I tell my son all the time, just as long as you stay busy, you know, you can never be in trouble. You know,
Right,
you'll
right.
stay on the right path. So
Sure.
that's my biggest thing. Just stay busy.
Copy.
You know,
Copy.
stay busy.
Copy. And then if we dig a little deeper, right? Just with your perspective on the content you want to present, right? And just that positivity, the hey, you know, open your eyes a little bit is really where you're at with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like,
Right.
know your surroundings, know what's happening, right?
Right.
Where does that come from? Where does that self-awareness come from? Because we all don't have it,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So where do you think that came from for you?
Oh man,
That self-awareness.
that came from just going through the struggle. You know, just going through the struggle.
With your eyes open, though.
Right. Yep. And it's just constantly people, you know, I'm looking out for people and I don't even have it, you know,
Right.
but I'm looking out for them,
Copy.
you know, and stuff like that. So it's that goes for men, females, my son, everybody, you know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? It's like I'm constantly looking out for people, you know, and then when the situation turns, I have no help, you know, so I've been homeless before, you know, with my son, you know, so it's just like I couldn't call anybody or get no help from that. So,
Right.
you know, now that the tables have, you know, I've got back on my feet and everything.
Sure.
It's just, you know,
Yeah.
gotta tell them no. Yo, L, what's up? Yo. No. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you wanna come party? Nah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm working. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Gotcha.
sharpening my sword and I'm staying on my
Gotcha.
path. You know, like
Yeah.
that's my advice. Stay on the path. You know,
Super
stay
dope.
on the path.
Yeah, man. Now, sticking with it, and, you know, just like we were talking about Drawzilla earlier, you know, that consistency,
Right.
You know what I mean, and the desire and want to, you know, be successful on your own too, but still kind of looking out for everybody else. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
It's not the easiest thing to do. You
Nah,
know what I'm saying?
nah.
But it can be done, and I think in the end you'll be better for it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So the single's out. Got to tell them no.
Gotta tell them
You know
no.
what I'm saying? I know it's been doing very well.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. Yep.
You know, I saw a bunch of posts with some pretty lofty numbers and streaming numbers and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think you're on your way to, you know, not being able to go outside without, you know what I'm saying? Can you sign this? You know what I'm saying?
Word,
you know, so
yeah.
I don't think you're too far away. You keep messing with the right people and with that mindset of yours, bro. I think sky's the limit for you, you know?
Yeah.
So tell the people, man, where can they find you? How can they hold you down?
Yo, you can find me on Instagram, Nickelplated L _845. You can find me on Facebook, Lamont Garner. You can find me on YouTube, Nickelplated L. And you can find me on TikTok, Nickelplated L 845 as well too.
There you go. And what's the name of the project? It's gonna be Party Mania?
Party Mania.
Right.
Party Mania. Look out for that.
Yep.
Definitely check out Gotta Tell 'Em No. It's the hottest record coming out in New York right now, and it's for the artists. It's for all the artists in America, in the world. You know, stand up, say something. You know what I'm saying? This your chance to say no now. You listen to the record, this your chance to tell them no. You know?
There you go.
Big facts.
And you might just hear, party people, we in the building right now.
Word.
Yo, shout out to everybody that made this possible. You already know what it is. She's not here, but she made it possible. So shout out to super producer Big Angie, always out there doing it, killing it for Finally TV. Shout out to Drawzilla and Drumline Studios. Make sure you check out those producer synergies when they happen. It's a super dope networking, events. Check out my man Nickelplated L, man. You probably heard the joint a little bit in the beginning. You might hear it on the outro. I'm just give you a little snippet because I want you to go stream that, buy that, download that, talk about that. Newburgh's own Nickelplated L got a dope song out there. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out. So for him, for Gabriel, for Finally TV, we out, baby. Peace.
Peace. Almost there now, man. Work.
15 minutes.
Cause P. Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no.
You know how it go. Diddy like the party, gotta tell him no. Huh? You know how it go. Diddy like the party, gotta tell him no.